What up, Chicken Nuggets? Tyler here with the Sports Cards Are Dope podcast. Today, we're talking about sports cards through the mail. How safe your cards? How safe your grails, my boy? Right off the end of the bat, I want to say shout out and creds to Will Stern from collect.com, CLLCT.com. They have no idea, they didn't approve this. So if this is copyright infringement, I apologize. Please don't sue me. I have no money. I spend it all on sports cards. All right. That's identity theft, Jim. It is not a joke. So I wanted to say thank you to them for this. And I wanted to talk a little bit about something that happened, a little news story. So a former USPS employee, Shelby Dozier, that's a dude named Shelby Dozier, just clearing that up, pleaded guilty to stealing some high-value sports cards from shipments meant for a consignment auction house. I think it was Probstein. I'll say it's Probstein. Pretty sure it's probably Probstein. Nailed it, first try. So the cards included Michael Jordan rookie cards, Mickey Mantle, Connor McDavid, and some Pokemon stuff. The estimated value is over $100,000 of what was stolen. So the stolen items, they were sold to resellers at a fraction of the value because, them people making money too, apparently. So the law enforcement, they tied Dozier to the thefts via what was it? They did it through the phone records and payroll transactions. That's how they caught him. And so their sentencing, it's scheduled for April 2025, so here in a few months. And Dozier's facing up to 5 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. Apparently, these people are going to get paid back, which is good. Okay, so now that's the story. That's the story. Why does this matter to you? If you are a sports card collector, this story hurts your heart a little bit, if I'm being honest with you. I've met with collectors before, and I've met with them, talked about their collection, or I've been at their table, and not a lot of stuff's graded. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, why are you not you could make more? Like, this isn't really one was a Michael Jordan rookie sticker. So it's the rookie sticker, I'm talking about, where he's dribbling off to the side. And they had it was pretty centered, looked pretty clean. I was like, man, and I was wanting to buy it. And he was like, well, I think it'd grade really high. I was like, why don't you? And that's my big thing. I'm like, well, then why don't you grade it? If you want to sell it for graded grades, go grade the thing. And his thing was, he was like, well, I'm afraid that I'm going to ship it off and they're going to swap my card out. And I'm just like, okay, well, if you send it straight to the grading company, I think you're pretty safe. They see bigger cards than this all the time. But there are there's certain card shops that you could send into, and then they send them in bulk. I get that's a lot more hands to deal with, so I understand their trepidation there. I keep using that word. I don't know if it's accurate. Their trepidation. Yeah, it feels right. It feels good. It's a good Scrabble word, so I'm going to keep using it. And so I think I understand that they're nervous about that, but then this is a whole nother layer where people might be afraid to do it. And so, it's just a little bit of concern, a little bit of a little anxiousness that can be added to the process. And so here's my key takeaway. If a USPS worker can swipe high-end Jordans and Mantles en route to an auction house, I don't know, what's to stop them from stealing our Lucas and our Tom Brady's that we send in? And I think I don't know if you've ever sent to certain grading companies, but they do it to where it doesn't say it's going to that company, or that they put a person's name on it. And they'll make it look like it's not going or from a specific company because they're trying to hide that it's, coming from, PSA or whatever. So I've seen that before. So the question is, how can we protect our cards? And I'm gonna be real with you. There's no foolproof way to ensure a package gets to its destination, but you can stack the odds in your favor. May the odds be ever in your favor. And here's what I recommend. Okay. Insure everything. I just sent 100 cards to SGC. It was, some Jordan pools, some golds. I had a couple, better cards, had some Caitlin Clarks. But then also, I was sending in as many, pretty much all but my Tyson Beck autos. And then my IP, I had a couple IP autos. I'm working on the top 75 NBA players on card autos. And I want to say I had 40 something of them were autographs from by Panini or by the company. And so SGC grades those. They don't grade IP in-person ones right now, but they grade them if it's from the company. And so I was sending them in to get them slabbed up because I want them all slabbed. I think it'll look good in my case. And so I sent them all in, and some of them, I had a Bill Russell I paid $500 for. I had other ones I paid a few $100s for. They totaled $6,000. I had to pay $6,000 in insurance to send them there to SGC. It cost me an extra $100. I have been guilty in the past of being like, I'll literally look at the USPS. They're like, "Do you want insurance?" I go, "Are you going to lose my are you going to lose my package?" And I'm like, it's like, do we take the risk? Insure everything. And they told me this. I have never, thankfully, knock on, I've never had anything get completely lost. I had something disappear for like a month. They were sending it back from SGC and it got like, I guess, misplaced at one of the, not at SGC's facility, but at USPS's facility. Sat there for like a month and then just popped back up random. There's a bunch of Pokemon stuff I sent him. And so I finally got it back, which is great. However, I was talking to the person and I was like, so if I insure this up to $5,000, pay an extra $100, I said, how easy is it to get that money back? And they said, well, it's actually pretty tough. So even if you insure it, I'm not giving you a lot of reassurance here, I'm sorry, but they said, this one worker said to me, you have to essentially prove that everything that you're saying was in there, which thankfully I make a ton of videos about stuff before I send. I'm like, I can show you a vid. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I can show you every card that was in there, but then I'd have to go comp it out and show the value there. So insure everything. Again, it's not a guarantee you get your money back, but it's thankfully better than nothing. Because if not, cool. I think they insure it up to like $100 maybe. And you're like, oh, fun. That's great. All right. So insure it for its true market value, not just like a random guess or what you think. So try to insure it as accurately as possible. Also, if you're really nervous, use the tracking signature stuff. Use signature confirmation. FedEx, UPS, USPS, they have registered mail and they're secure with the signature because it's going to end up somewhere. All right. Photograph everything, record video, even if it's just on your phone, you're not posting it. Record video of everything that you put in that. And then before you send all your stuff, get the front, the back, the serial numbers, everything you can. And I know it's more work because I have to do it too. But if you could just set up your camera and then just scroll through, you could always screenshot later if you need to. Pack it up really well. I had to send a thing into Arena Club and I'm pretty sure I didn't pack it well. And I think the package got wet in transit. And so I ended up with like a bunch of cars that got 6s and 7s that would have gotten 9s and 10s. So that's frustrating. And that's all my fault. And I literally now put them in their, card savers, rubber band them, or I do the protectors on the sides, rubber band it, and then I put it in Ziploc bags. Like I don't even play no more with no water. And then I wrap it again outside of it. And then I wrap over it. I'm like, ice, collaborate, and listen. I don't wrap over them. I'm just kidding. That'd be sick though. I'd wrap. Who would I wrap? Probably Childish Gambino. I'm trying to think of a Childish Gambino line that's appropriate that I could say. Watch the haters wonder why Gambino got that game, though. And then that's where I have to stop. Okay, so this is tricky. It's a tricky process, and for many collectors, they'll fear someone swapping out their pristine Otani, and it's nervous. We get nervous sending it in. And somebody who sends in a lot of stuff for grading, I've gotten more accustomed to it. I think I got too lax, which is why some of those cards got wet because I didn't package them well. And so it's like you want to have a standard in your head for how you package, and then you're following that standard every time, even when you're in a hurry. Okay, so also if you're gonna do like a group sub, go with a reputable submitter. Go with somebody. I just started doing. Go with somebody you trust, or honestly, what you could do, I would wait until you get to go to a show where SGC is set up, or PSA is set up, or Beckett is set up. I know Beckett, they set up at Dallas. SGC takes submissions at Dallas. You can walk your cards up and submit them right there on the spot. You're cutting out half of that. And then if something screws up on the way back, SGC, I know for sure, they'll cover you. Like they got you covered if something jacks up. So, because I've seen and heard it happen. All right. So if you can do that, if you can wait till you go to a show and then hand it directly, I think that would ease some of that paralysis that a lot of people have when it comes to submitting. So in the comments, let me know if you're on YouTube. Are you holding any of your raw cards hostage? Why do you not send in? Do you send in? What's your hesitation sending to auction houses or grading companies or anything? But I think a lot of people can fall into that raw card paralysis because of that. I want to grade. I just don't trust the mail, or I don't trust who to get it to, or I don't trust this shop or whatever. I want to do a bulk submission, but what if they swap-a-roo? If that happens, that's terrible. And we should find that person and make sure that they don't submit anybody's cards ever again. But while that Trevor Lawrence is sitting in that drawer for a couple years and losing some of its value, if you wanted to sell it, not keep it, you got to figure out a way to do it. And I think insurance is the easiest way to do it, and then or take it to a show where somebody's doing it. So that's what I recommend. I understand, people trusting certain people, but once you find your avenue, once you find the people you like, and again, that's one of the reasons I do like SGC is because they don't have my cards that long. You know what I mean? Like I send stuff off to PSA or one time I did a submission. I say I've never mailed into Beckett. I've handed a card to get reslabbed. And I had one that I wanted to get slabbed, and I handed it to him at Beckett, at the Dallas Card Show. And so I made a video of it too. So I made sure I had documentation. But it took forever. Like I literally forgot I'd given them the card by the time I got it back. And then PSA, same thing. Some of them come back fast, especially if you try to cross over. They'll send those back real fast because they're like, nope, give me my money though. Give me that $300, and they send it back. So I like when it's in my hands. I like that better. And so one of the big reasons I do love SGC is I send the cards. A couple weeks later, they're back at my front door. So I really like that. That's not my personal opinion, but you do you, boo-boo. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. This is a crazy story, so it's wild, and hopefully it doesn't happen again. Hopefully they can find it. And also, there's a couple stories where people have stolen stuff that we haven't heard the result from. They haven't found the person. So hopefully they find these people that stole some stuff from shows that over the past year that I have not heard the results of. So hopefully they find these people and figure it out. So let me know in the comments. What do you do? What do you trust? Do you have any process or something didn't say that you're like, ooh, this is good. Give some advice. This community. You guys are smarter than me. Throw it in there. I'm just a little conduit where we can throw in the comments. So y'all be good. Have fun. Like, subscribe if you want to. Rate us. It's just me. Rate us, you and me. We're together. We're in this together. We're all in this together. Everyone having fun. I don't remember the rest of the words. Y'all be good. Have fun. And never stop collecting. Be good. What's my phrase? I need to really lock in the phrase, but I keep like saying a random sentence. Be good. Have fun. And never stop collecting. Sports cards are dope. And so are you. See you guys. Be good. Later. Bye-bye.